Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then welcome. I'm so glad to have you. So as you can see, we are building a gym this time around, and this is going to be in my Total Drama Island save. It is in the same neighborhood as my Total Drama Island Sims, so we are in Newcrest today. If you hear clicking behind me, it's because my baby is asleep in his swing, and I figured I might as well knock this voiceover out while he's napping. So this build is based off of a build that I did in The Sims 2. This was part of a save of mine where all of the builds were container homes or, storage container buildings. And so it's very boxy, very square, but I still like it a lot. I think in The Sims 2 it doesn't necessarily have a very it doesn't feel blocky, I guess, in The Sims 2 because it just, you can tell that they're containers. And I think in The Sims 4 they don't really look like containers, but it ends up kind of looking more modern, I guess, so the blockiness isn't a problem. I like it. And I fidgeted a lot with the proportions of this just to get it exactly right. Again, I was using my own build as a reference, and so I kind of struggled a little bit to get all of the proportions of all the rooms right, but I think at the end of the day we nailed it. None of the rooms look too big or too small to me, so I'm not complaining. That middle portion there, that is going to be a pool actually, and in my original build the pool was sunken down half of a level, but I didn't end up doing that in this build, entirely because I realized that I had done that in the original one after I had already started this one, and I didn't want to go back and redo it. So it's not a sunken pool in this one, but I still think it looks okay. That back room there is going to be like a dance studio kind of situation, and then either side of the U is going to be like a weightlifting area and then a cardio area, and the back corners, those are going to be locker rooms. And again, I messed with the proportions of everything a little bit, so if those locker rooms look kind of big, I shrank them and then stretched them again and changed their shape. So don't worry, everything gets adjusted several times over. As always, this build is going to be up on my gallery for you guys to download and do with what you wish. I'm not sure genuinely how much I'm going to use this build because I'm building it in my Total Drama save with the intention of using it with one specific sim, because my sim of Tyler, he has the bodybuilder aspiration, and one of those aspiration goals is to work out at a gym for 8 hours, and I know I could use a gym that's already built in the game, whatever. I just wanted to build something, okay? It's been a while since I've built something, especially a community lot. It's been a really long time since I've built a community lot, so it felt like it was time. And Newcrest right now for me is really empty. I've only built the houses that my Total Drama Sims live in, and so I figured I might as well fill in at least one of the lots with something. I'm also thinking I might build maybe a restaurant or something in one of the lots. I've also considered doing maybe a library or a museum on one of the lots. I haven't entirely decided yet, but I want to have more community lots for my Sims to actually go to within their neighborhood in this save, just because I think that that's fun, I guess, and also it'll make the neighborhood feel more lived in and not like such a ghost town, you know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure Tyler is the only sim in the Total Drama save that has the bodybuilder aspiration. Maybe Ava does, I can't remember. But I just don't foresee myself using this lot very much. But recreating one of my old builds was really fun. I did very much enjoy it. Oh, and those pillars that are on the dance studio, those were meant to be placeholder pillars, and then I completely forgot to replace them until after I had already finished. So I went back and fixed them. If you download the lot, I have the correct pillars in now that match everything. But the ones that you're seeing here, those are just random pillars that I put down. The color scheme is a little bit different from the one in The Sims 2. Obviously, we have different options for things in The Sims 4 than we had in The Sims 2, so the roof is a little bit different. But other than that, I mean, it's basically one-to-one, and I got most of the colors right. In my Sims 2 build, everything is white, whereas in The Sims 4, because of the color of the roof, I kind of had to adjust things and make things black so that they match. And that was another thing that I didn't do while I was recording. I went back and fixed it after the fact, but I changed all of the windows and everything to have black trim so that they match the roof, because the glass roof over the top of my pool there's no option for white trim on the glass roofs. So I ended up doing a black trim on the glass roof, and then I wanted to change the windows to match, right? Because the original idea for that glass roof over the pool was so that, you know, it just looks like a big, like a greenhouse kind of situation. And so obviously I want the windows and the roof to match, because they're all supposed to be one thing. And I finally placed the lights. I'm trying so hard to like get into the habit of placing lights earlier in my builds so that you guys can see what I'm doing, and I still forget. I don't know what the problem is. Like I've tried. I'm just so much in the habit of building completely in the dark until the very end, and I don't add lights until, I don't know, I'm thinking about what light fixtures actually match, you know what I mean? And I don't place placeholder lights. Just, I don't know. In a house, it makes more sense. On a community lot, I don't think it matters. Especially because these lights that I'm placing ended up being the lights that I kept anyway, because all of the other lights that I looked at and tried out, they just weren't bright enough. It was really all of the ones that felt like they had the aesthetic of something you would see in a gym. The brightness level just was not there. I placed them and they would do the thing where they would like cast a weird shadow and almost make the room look darker. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna go with these boring ones that don't really have an aesthetic to them, but at least they light the room all the way up, whatever. My husband ended up helping me with the pool room a little bit because I, fun fact, don't know how to swim. And so I have not spent very much time in pools at all. My younger brother swam competitively when we were teenagers, so I've been in a lot of pool buildings, that's for sure, but I have never really paid attention to the details of the actual swimming pool itself. And so he helped me figure out like whether or not it made sense to have that many pool ladders, or where the lights should go, or where the like drain on the ground should go. Because again, I've been in a pool building, but the amount of time I've spent actually in the water is like nothing. And in the locker rooms here, so in my original build, those back corners were saunas, but I do not have saunas in my game. I'm pretty sure there's a sauna item that came with the spa day pack, but I don't have that pack. And so, you know, if you download this build, it would absolutely make sense to put a sauna in that corner, but I just put in a little like jacuzzi tub because to me that was the closest thing that made sense, I guess. Even though, I mean, maybe it doesn't actually make sense. I have no idea, but it just, I didn't want to leave it blank. I didn't want to leave nothing there, and I couldn't think of anything else to put in that corner, so jacuzzi tub it is. And yeah, there I am adjusting the walls again because I needed to make room for bathroom stalls. So yeah, I adjusted the size of the locker rooms again, and you know, I've got the locker item placed, I've got bathroom like toilet stalls, I've got some sinks, so it is, you know, as cute of a public bathroom as you can have. I think. I was going to place the actual like stall item, but it was too big. For some reason, I could only place one stall, and that just didn't make sense to me. I wanted to have more than one toilet in each locker room, and so I ended up just building some stalls. Those should work, by the way. Obviously I didn't play test this lot at all like I usually do because I don't have any Sims on the lot, but I've built bathroom stalls that size before and they work, so it should be fine. And yeah, that little pocket there, so I have the lockers kind of in that corner, and then on the back wall, in between the lockers and like where the jacuzzi tubs are, those are going to be our showers. I put 3 shower stalls there, so there's 4 sinks, 3 toilets, 3 showers, and 2 jacuzzi tubs. Technically, I guess, yeah, 1 in each locker room. So this lot should be able to support quite a lot of Sims. Which in The Sims 2 was definitely a concern that I had, because I don't remember exactly if there's a limit or not to how many Sims will spawn on a community lot in The Sims 2, but if there is a limit, it's very high, because I have had some community lots that are absolutely packed to the gills. I know that there is a limit for The Sims 4, and it is significantly lower than the limit for The Sims 2, if there was one. But I still would like there to be more facilities rather than less facilities, because I don't want Sims, you know, to be having accidents or being mad that there's not enough showers or whatever the case may be. I don't have anybody owning this business at the moment, because I don't have the new pack, I forget what it's called, Hobbies and Businesses or something. So it's just a regular old community lot, which actually, now that I'm saying that, I don't even know if you can own a gym with that pack. I feel like you should be able to, because you could in The Sims 2. That was like one of the businesses that you could own. I've done it. But, you know, I don't actually know. I'm realizing I don't really know anything about that pack. I haven't exactly been paying attention. Having a baby kind of throws a wrench in paying attention to Sims things. Which, speaking of, he just woke up. Hi, baby. Hopefully he's gonna be chill and he'll let me finish this. We're almost done. And yeah, I mean, aesthetically, in The Sims 2, the one that I built, the color palette was very toothpaste. And so I was trying to sort of emulate that here, and I think I did a pretty good job. The one of the colors that The Sims 4 will always provide is either a blue or a green. They're very, very good at that. And usually the blue and the green kind of overlap a little bit. While I was building this, like I said, I was holding my baby in my lap. And I was like, all right, now we're gonna look for a green wallpaper. And as I'm looking at the green wallpapers, I'm like, maybe I should look at the blue sort, actually, because this game doesn't know what green and blue are and the difference between them. Yeah, so on the left side there is my weightlifting area, and also where I put the boxing bags, just because in The Sims 2, there aren't boxing bags. There's like multiple kinds of weightlifting things, but in The Sims 4 we only have the one weightlifting machine, and so I was like, okay, well, to fill in the space, I'll put the boxing bags down. And both of those things build muscle anyway, so it kind of makes sense for them both to be on the same side. And then the other side of the building is where all of my cardio goes, and by all of, I mean the treadmills. And I've never tested this, but I'm pretty sure they can run on the treadmills and watch TV at the same time, right? Oh, okay, Percy, hold on. Okay, never mind, I'm back. He's not upset, he was just talking. He loves to try to talk over me, so if I'm talking for any length of time, he wants to participate. So he might pop in a little bit here at the end with his opinions. I don't know. He did help me build it, so maybe he's got some thoughts. And yeah, at the end here, I've just got some screenshots for you so that you can check it out. I hope you liked this build. I had a really fun time building it. I'm sorry it took me so long to edit it, but you know how it is with the baby and all. Anyway, feel free to follow me on my Instagram if you so choose. Subscribe to me here, subscribe to me on my essay channel, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!